Breaking news from the United Kingdom. Regulators are on the verge of a seismic shift in how they oversee the rapidly evolving crypto industry. For years, digital asset companies and investors have eyed the UK with curiosity, wondering if the country would take a bold stance or play it safe. Now, the Financial Conduct Authority is preparing to redraw the boundaries, potentially positioning Britain at the very heart of the global digital asset revolution. Is this the moment that puts the UK on the map as the world's capital of crypto innovation? Let's dive into the details and find out what's really changing, why it matters, and how it could affect the future of finance. First, let's get to know the key player driving this transformation: the Financial Conduct Authority, or FCA. The FCA is the UK's top financial regulator, responsible for overseeing banks, investment firms, and now, increasingly, the digital asset sector. It's the watchdog tasked with keeping the markets fair, safe, and trustworthy. When the FCA speaks, the financial world listens, which is why its latest announcement has sparked such intense debate and anticipation across the crypto community. But why does this matter so much, and why now? Just a few years ago, the UK was seen as cautious, sometimes even skeptical, when it came to crypto assets. Many digital asset companies found the rules too restrictive, and some even chose to set up shop overseas. But with this shift, the UK is signaling a move towards a softer, more flexible approach to regulation. This isn't just about making life easier for crypto firms. It's about unlocking new opportunities for innovation, creating thousands of jobs, and fueling economic growth in a sector that promises to reshape the financial landscape. In an age where digital assets are becoming mainstream, the UK's pivot could be the difference between leading the charge and getting left behind. Now, let's look at the specifics of the FCA's big change, a proposal that's catching the attention of investors, entrepreneurs, and regulators around the world. The FCA isn't calling for full deregulation. Instead, it's opting for what it describes as a strategic adjustment. For years, crypto companies were forced to comply with rules designed for traditional banks and financial giants. But the FCA now recognizes that digital asset firms are fundamentally different, leaner, more innovative, and often more agile. So, what's changing? The most significant shift is in the requirements for senior management responsibilities, systems, and internal controls. Traditionally, financial institutions have had to meet extremely high standards in these areas, with layers of bureaucracy and red tape. Under the new proposal, crypto companies will face lighter requirements, tailored to their unique business models and risk profiles. The FCA is moving away from a one-size-fits-all approach, aiming to create a regulatory environment where digital asset innovators aren't held back by rules that simply don't fit. It's a subtle but powerful message. Regulation should support innovation, not stifle it. By easing certain compliance burdens, the FCA hopes to open the door for more startups, more creative solutions, and a more dynamic marketplace. But make no mistake, this isn't a free-for-all. The FCA remains committed to maintaining high standards where it counts most. Why is the UK making this move now? The government's ambitions are clear. It wants Britain to be a global hub for crypto and blockchain innovation. The stakes couldn't be higher. In recent years, cities like Dubai, Singapore, and Zurich have emerged as magnets for crypto talent and investment, thanks to their friendly regulatory environments. If the UK's rules remain too strict, there's a real risk that innovation will simply pack its bags and head abroad. But if the UK gets the balance right, regulation that is strong where it needs to be, but flexible enough for new ideas to flourish, the benefits could be enormous. Imagine world-leading blockchain companies setting up headquarters in London. Picture thousands of highly skilled jobs, billions in new investment, and a surge of creative energy transforming everything from payments to supply chains. It's not just about the financial sector. It's about the entire economy reaping the rewards of the digital asset revolution. For policymakers, the challenge is to create an environment where innovation thrives, but consumers and markets remain protected. That's the tightrope the FCA is now walking. If successful, it could set a model for others to follow, a blueprint for responsible, forward-looking crypto regulation. Of course, not everything is being relaxed. In fact, some areas are set to become even stricter under the FCA's new regime. Cybersecurity is a top priority. With high-profile hacks and data breaches making headlines around the world, the FCA is doubling down on rules designed to keep crypto platforms secure. Firms will face tougher requirements for protecting customer data and preventing unauthorized access. Robust defenses against hacking are now non-negotiable. Consumer protection is another cornerstone. The FCA has made it clear: the days of misleading ads, fraudulent schemes, and market manipulation are numbered. Crypto companies will have to follow strict rules to ensure that their products are marketed honestly, that risks are disclosed, and that customers aren't exposed to scams or unfair practices. This is about building trust, a vital ingredient if digital assets are to reach mainstream adoption. And when it comes to anti-money laundering and counterterrorism financing, the FCA isn't relaxing its grip. Firms will need to maintain rigorous controls to prevent money laundering and terrorist funding. These rules are crucial for keeping the industry clean and credible, and for protecting the broader financial system from abuse. By combining flexibility in certain areas with toughness where it counts, the FCA is sending a clear signal. The UK is open for business, but not at the expense of its reputation or the safety of its citizens. This balanced approach could be the key to attracting the best companies while keeping bad actors out. What does all this mean for crypto companies operating in or eyeing the UK market? For many, the new rules represent a golden opportunity. Easier compliance in areas like management and internal controls could mean faster growth, lower costs, and a better chance for new startups to get off the ground. Entrepreneurs who may have been put off by excessive bureaucracy now have renewed reason for optimism. But the message from the FCA is equally clear. Firms must not let their guard down when it comes to security, anti-money laundering, and safeguarding customers. The bar remains high in these critical areas, and companies that fall short will face tough consequences. For smart businesses, this is a chance to work more collaboratively with regulators to help shape the future of crypto regulation rather than simply reacting to it. Those that adapt quickly, invest in robust systems, and build trust with their customers and the authorities will be in pole position to benefit from the UK's new direction. It's an environment where the best ideas can rise to the top, but where only those willing to play by the rules will succeed. Looking ahead, the UK is making a decisive break from outdated, traditional finance rules. Instead of trying to force crypto companies into old molds, the FCA is building a crypto-specific regulatory framework, one designed to reflect the realities of digital assets, rather than the legacy of banking. This isn't just about keeping up with the times, it's about shaping the future. If the UK's model works, the implications could be global. Other countries watching closely may be inspired to adopt similar frameworks, potentially ushering in a new era of international cooperation and innovation in digital assets. The UK could become the benchmark for responsible, innovation-friendly regulation, and the world's go-to destination for crypto companies looking to grow. As the FCA rolls out its proposals, the world will be watching. Will the UK's balanced approach attract the best and brightest, or will it face new challenges as the industry continues to evolve? The answers will shape not just the future of British finance, but the future of digital assets worldwide. Ultimately, the FCA's proposal is more than just regulation. It's a strategy for growth, innovation, and global leadership. By balancing flexibility with consumer safety, the UK is setting the tone for the next era of crypto. The question now is simple. Will Britain become the global capital for digital assets, or will the race continue elsewhere? As you reflect on these changes, consider what they mean for you. Whether you're an investor, an entrepreneur, or simply curious about the future of money. Are we witnessing the birth of a new financial powerhouse, or just the next chapter in a long-running debate? Share your thoughts, join the conversation, and stay tuned for more insights as this story unfolds. The world of crypto is changing fast, and the UK is now firmly in the spotlight. To sum up, The Financial Conduct Authority is leading the charge towards a new kind of regulation, one that recognizes the unique nature of digital assets and the potential they hold for transforming the economy. By lifting the ban on crypto exchange-traded notes for retail investors and tailoring requirements for crypto companies, the FCA is sending a powerful message. The UK wants to be at the cutting edge of financial innovation. Yet, it's doing so without compromising on security, consumer protection, or the fight against financial crime. For crypto companies, this is a moment of both challenge and opportunity. The path to growth is becoming clearer, but the need for trust, security, and compliance has never been greater. For investors, entrepreneurs, and policymakers, the UK's new direction could set the standard for the future, one where digital assets are fully integrated into the financial system, driving jobs, investment, and innovation. So as the FCA prepares to roll out its new framework, the world will be watching. Will this be the turning point that puts the UK at the center of the global digital asset revolution? Or will other countries seize the initiative? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain. The next era of crypto is being shaped right now, and the UK is determined to lead the way. What do you think? Will the UK become the global capital for digital assets? Share your thoughts below, and don't forget to subscribe for more crypto insights. The future of finance is being written today, and you won't want to miss what happens next.